if you click to find out how you can create 3 looks using the Natasha Denona Lila palette, then please keep on watching. Hello my friends, thank you so much for coming. If it's your first time here, my name is Alicia and Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves beauty, and here on my channel you'll find movement tutorials, makeup tutorials, hair tutorials, products and reviews, and everything in between. Timestamps will be down below because I just need to say this one thing. Before I came on camera, someone tagged me about the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. Tell me why I almost had a heart attack, and I could have ignored it, but it was one of those things. 1, I had to have it. Number 2, I saw the price. Usually cheaper. I mean, I think this is a British website and the price was in pounds. It said £60 for 15 shadows, and I'm like, what? And the weight is less than her standard 15 size palettes. I went to the Natasha Denona Instagram page and there was like nothing about sneak peeks or anything about that. So I'm like, is this even for real? I think this might be a new 15-pan palette size, friends. So yeah, I ordered it. I used my little 10% off first time buy coupon, and it came out to around like $71 US. That's still a lot less than her standard 15 palettes that come out to like $129. Not too bad. I'm really curious to see how this looks in person, but today we're taking a little bit of a throwback. It is Tuesday. Take it back Tuesday. Take it back Tuesday. And I am flying out to Bermuda tomorrow, and I wanted just to pop a video up one more time before I leave because I'm not gonna get to this again until like probably next Tuesday. So it's really hard for me to film and edit while I'm teaching on a retreat because there's just a lot going on and there is zero time for me to do this type of work there. That's why I wanted to make sure that I at least got one more video up before I flew out. I know it's not a review or a new product release, but I realized and remember a lot of your comments from my last Sephora haul mentioned that you did pick up Lila alongside Biba, or you did Biba and gold. So one of those combinations, and thought I have to come back on here, do a 3-look video using Lila. I do have a full-on review on my channel alongside 2 other look videos that I did. Audio is not great. I mean, this audio is not great either, but that one was really bad. If you want to suffer through an official review featuring this palette, I will leave that video link up above and down below. But let's not waste any more time. I've chatted enough. Let's get into the first look. And with that said, that was the most non-blurry close-up I had in a while. I feel like I need you a little closer still. Okay, that's good. All lids will be prepped with the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use concealer in the shade Natural Beige. I will leave the concealer unset, but if you find that you need a little help from loose powder in order to blend, then go right ahead. And all looks will use the lashes from Lily in Diamonds. Oh my goodness me. Okay. Keep in mind that Natasha Denona metallic shades are self-blending. You don't need a matte to blend a lot of these shades out. And you will see that we could go in with just one shade and use that all over the lid, crease, and lower lash line. Let's go in with Magnetic. Taking that with my Sonaji Worker 2. First, take it across the lid. You see the color payoff we just get with that first application, but without adding anything to the brush, see how when you now start to blend the shade in, it works with your technique in terms of it will just glide across the skin and it will buff out. You don't need an additional matte to make this happen with this metallic formula. Isn't that gorgeous? Simply gorgeous. If you want to use a more traditional blending brush, I'm going to take a smaller tapered brush. This is the Refer P07C prototype. It's a very small blending brush that will apply that crease color really precisely. Taking Magnetic, but concentrating this color more in the crease and also patting it down on the outer corner. Taking it now on the lower lash line with that same Refer C prototype. Now my Hakuhodo J5522, same Magnetic shade, but because this brush is fluffier, I'm going to blow this color out a little more. And this is like one look you can do, and there are 15 shades in here and we only used 1. If you still want to blend this shade out, let's take this matte shade in Per Se. Same Hakuhodo brush, but just on the very edges of Magnetic. This is distracting us from Sunrise until she gets here. So that changed the color a little bit, but you see it's still within the purple story, and although it looks great in the pan, it still has a really beautiful light purple undertone that I feel meshes well with the other shades in this palette. Taking Juno Sonaji Builder Pro, inner corner of my eye. It's a very light shade. You're more than welcome to wet it if you want a little more impact and shine. I'm fine with this because I'm pulling it towards the inner third on my lid, and is transforming the shade a little bit, which is what I would like. Now with Helio, same Builder Pro but on the inner third. All right friends, let me do the other eye and I'll be right back. Finished look friends, up close and personal. I'm so sorry about these janky lashes, forgive me. I keep forgetting how much I love Lila. The textures in here are just so easy to use. You saw how simple it was to use only one shade, how it blends itself practically, and you can use the other shades to influence it to be more maroon, more purple. I mean, you can do so much with this palette. And again, I really love doing these 3 look videos with palettes that I already own because it just reignites my love for them. And I know I just bought another Natasha Denona palette, but you know, this is just adding to the fun, okay? Since we saw how the metallic formula worked, let's roll into the second look using a matte shade for the transition. Let's go into Nude Mauve, applying that with my Wayne Goss number 4. I'm a Liar number 16. I love this shade. It's just so like mauve-y lavender, but it sets up for a beautiful smoky eye that's not intensely purple, and I feel one of the shades you can use to get away with a softer purple daily eye. Isn't that gorgeous? I freaking love the shade, man. Now in with Nude Vino with my Refer Prototype A, just add a little more depth. You can certainly just stick with Nude Mauve alone in the crease and actually just use that all over your lid and call it a day. Such a pretty gradient. Taking my Refer number 1, Nude Vino under the lash line. Going back with my Wayne just to zhuzh these edges. Really nice. We can go several ways on the lid. We could go in with the more whoa, that's not it. This shade with this duochrome. If you want to go more pink, if you want to go more like, I don't even know how to describe that shade. That is insane. You could also go traditional gold or more reddish maroon. You know what? I think I'm gonna go in with this shade. I am. It just looks so cool. Taking out my Sonia G Builder 3. Carving out the inner portion of the lid. The remarkable thing about these formulas is how pigmented and just smooth they look without wetting the brush. What a nice shade. This is really a neat shade. Isn't that pretty? The shine on that is amazing. And it's so easy to manipulate too. That's just so simple to use a brush with or even a finger. I want to sneak in a little more purple. So with that said, I think I'm gonna roll in with this shade here, and it is called officially Amethyst. Amethyst might be a little too dark for what I want to use it for, or maybe not. Let's just give it a shot. So I want to put in a little bit purple here, you know what I mean? You're not even in frame. Good job. Oh, this might be able to work. You got something. I'm actually going to take my Sonaji Pencil Pro so it's a little more precise and concentrated. Pretty! You could also wet the brush, but I'm satisfied with how it looks without wetting it, friends. I'm like, good. I'm taking my Sonaji Crease Pro just to fill this up a little more with Nude Vino. I want to make that connection a little more precise. Now let's really change it up. For the inner corner highlight, I definitely want to go in with Magnolia. Same Sonaji Pencil Pro, but on the inner corner. I'm gonna zhuzh it up towards the inner third as well as the lower third. I definitely want some extra pop here. Magnolia with this Pencil Pro, a little bit mixed thick plus. Applying it again to the inner corner. Much better. All right, friends, let's do the other eye and I'll be right back. Back in with the close-up now with lashes on. What do you guys think? I did with the brush for this lid. I guess my skin was getting a little dry and it was having a hard time latching onto the color, just to give it a little pop of extra shine. It's crazy how we went from something super bold, hot pink to something a little more subdued, and I understand if you feel this is a little too bold despite it being less aggressive than the hot pink, that this is more mauvey and wine color. But you saw how many different metallic colors we had that we could possibly pair with these mattes. Again, if you wanted to steer more purple, more maroon, I wanted to stick with it more purple, but I feel this could be still daily friendly. And you don't necessarily have to go in with the nude vino, that second matte we went into on the outer V. You can stay with nude mauve, I think is what it's called. Yes, okay. Just do nude mauve. You could also apply that all over your lid in addition to the crease and lower lash line, or you could do a pop of color on the inner corner, or maybe do the pop of color on your lower lash line. Again, you can go so many ways with the shades in this palette, and I'm so happy I cracked into it today because this is just helping me realize how much Lila is just outstandingly beautiful, or as Morgan Turner likes to say, pass out beautiful. I think since we went hot pink on the first, kind of purple on the second, let's go a little more maroony wine for the third. Last look. Let's first go in with Amara using my Refer prototype in F. Now this is a pretty deep shade to go in with first, but I am confident that it's gonna be alright. You can certainly go in with the other lighter matte shades in here to help buff this out, but I'm going in for the deep wine look. Well, a little messy mess, so I'm taking my MAC brush that's, what is this? I don't even know. The number wore off. Just the inner part of the lid to clean that up a little bit. I'm using my finger to buff the edges in towards the shadow so it could look a little more feathered. If you want to deepen the color of this shade but not use another color, go in with a smaller brush, and with that case, I'm going with my Hakuhodo B140. Same Amara shade, but I'm patting it down first on the outer V as well as the inner, and since this is a smaller brush, I have a little more control. It will less likely float up towards my brow and stay here under the crease line. Pull that through so we got a nice deep maroony type shade going on. Same B142 with Amara, now under the lash line. Made a switch Refer prototype C just to close that gap so it could be a little more precise. Pure with my Sona G Builder Pro. See how that goes on its own without wetting the brush? Not bad. Beautiful shade. And again, creamy, easy to apply, buttress smooth. Same brush now with Cyclone. That's going towards the inner third. Pretty. Duochrome shade Dragon Bite. So cool, depending on how you turn the pan, you can see the other color. Sona G Pencil Pro on the inner third with Dragon Bite. Got a little bit of fallout, not a problem. Wetting Dragon Bite to get a little more shine. And also, since we're only applying it on a small part of our eye, just to kind of help it show. I'm sure if we apply this on the lid, it'll pop a lot more without having to wet it. That is such a cool shade. It flips from turquoise to maroon. It's pretty much that one duochrome shade in the melt stack. Just zhuzhing the edges here. What should we do for the inner corner? Well, let's see. I think I want to do Helio. Same pencil brush on the inner corner. All right, let's do the other eye and I'll be right back. Final look complete with lashes on. We went more maroony, deep orange, and like that beautiful duochrome shade on the inner lower third. I would say maybe this is the more low-key version of that first hot pink magenta look we did, because if you see both of them, they can look alike, especially because the magenta shade in here is a little more red. But if you combine it with this shade or even that bluish purple, I feel you could get a little more hot pink out of that. Because we combine, I feel, this shade with the more winey, maroony, metallic, it could still look a little hot pink, but I feel this is a little more subtle than that magenta shade. And we haven't even went into, let me see here, like I didn't use this shade. This is so pretty. Like that all over the lid with the more purple metallic or even the more mauvey matte. Like so many possibilities in this palette, man. This 3-look series is to help inspire you to use your older makeup that's been sitting in your drawer, hanging out on your shelf. If you lost inspiration for any of these older makeup items, and hopefully these 3-look tutorials will inspire you to pick it up, maybe use it for 2 days, maybe use it for the whole week and see how many looks you can get out of one palette. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another review, tutorial, or 3-look video. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.